You're bringing it up.
You brought it up.
We got to talk about the show you did this weekend. It looks like us if we reproduce.
You got your height.
Mini Titan of Brazil. He can be the Titan of my ass if he wants to.
No, you fucking idiot. Holy crap, that's awesome. That's really cool. Wow.
Marcus, we're back for part 2 of our of the reacting to Tyler's recaps of the 2025 Mr. Olympia. This is part 2 of 2. We're not reacting to. I don't think we don't need to react to 212. Certainly not men's physique.
I mean, we could always react to some of the
Wheelchair?
women's classes, like
you know, it's so funny. It's so funny watching Tyler or anyone that likes bikini try to not make it sound sexual when it's
Tim Wilkins is Tim Wilkins is funny to listen to. When he covers it, I got to give him credit, but I'm like, yeah, why do they make it so awkward? Like, how do they make it really awkward?
Well, okay, look, one of their main poses is, okay, girls, face the curtain and walk back, and they start walking back seductively. But anyway, I saw a clip of Tyler reacting to the bikini, I think, and he said, "Yeah, her glutes were solid this year, brother."
That doesn't have to be sexualized.
Her glutes were solid this year.
We talk about
pretty solid glutes on that broad,
glutes all the time. We literally talk about men's glutes all the time, how striated they are and all that.
Okay, well, are they?
The only thing that's odd about bikini is the difference between what they're looking for, right? So that's always like Maureen Blanquisco or whatever compared to like a Laura Lee Chapados. Yeah, like it's such a I wouldn't even call it a fine line, but it's weird.
No, it's not. The judging criteria is even worse. Like if men think they have it bad, but they're changing criteria,
the bikini would be.
Bikini is literally just on a whim. I am convinced it comes down to who the judges think is more attractive. But that's just a theory. That is not a serious accusation. Anyway, we're here to do the CP portion of the recap. So who did you have winning? Before we get did you watch this at all?
Of course, yes.
Oh, you already watched it?
Oh, no, not this. I watched Classic Physique on stage. Yeah.
Who did you have winning? So the top 3 was Terrence, Ramon, and Mike. Ramon ended up winning. Terrence got 3rd. Mike was in 2nd. 1-point decision. Who did you have in your re-rank the top 3 according to Marcus? Marcus is on the judging panel. How does he rank the top 3 before we hear Tyler's compelling arguments?
Hard to pick between Ramon and honestly, I was a very big fan of Terrence Ruffin's physique on stage. I thought that because of the situation with the color, aka his color,
right,
it's hard to see that he's bringing equivalent, if not better, than as far as conditioning than the other guys. So that's the issue for me because I feel like he's somebody who could have easily got 2nd, but all 3 of them are rightfully there. So I would have Ramon being my 1. He would be number 1. I thought he rightfully got it. It was just a good amount of everything. And then you can just a toss up between Mike and Terrence. You can't.
I agree. And we'll explain this a bit later. We'll go more in depth, but we have to hear Tyler Manion's compelling arguments. Now, go watch part 1 if you haven't already. We did the open analysis. Honestly, aside from the top 2, I had no qualms with it. I really didn't, which is the crazy thing because the top 2 I thought was just utterly asinine and at times retarded.
Well, that's where all the issues lies in the top 2 as far as people's just.
Well, Andrew could have won too. Feel. I know that's what you would have preferred.
Andrew, I would have preferred, yes, but I think Hadi rightfully should have won because I think he's the one that I would have preferred Andrew.
That comment that you got really lit a fire under you. I didn't know you'd come out swinging today.
Well, I don't know. I mean, at this point, I promise you, I even forgot the comment. All I remember
read
is
it.
You can read it. I promise. My word is my bond. I did not read that dude's whole comment. It was too long, dude.
Marcus, I literally had to console you before we started. You were like, this comment, man. Why does everyone got to be so rude?
They hate me.
Right. That's exactly what it was. To be fair, you may have noticed.
Not like me.
You may have noticed I didn't like it.
Oh, did you like it?
Maybe I did.
That's okay. You could like it. I don't mind that.
Okay, here we
You
go.
should
Hold on.
like it because it helps you, right?
I don't know. I try to like most comments unless they're just utterly retarded.
Yeah, if you're, I get it. I appreciate that. I won't be mad if I see you liking one. But yeah,
okay.
nonetheless.
Let me zoom in here. So this was on our breakdown of Tyler Manion's recap of Open. Shout out to this guy putting it all on the line. Marcus is full of shit. Let me prove it. Great opening. I love it so far.
It's a good hook.
It's
a good hook.
He had Hottie winning prejudging 5-3. Then as the interview goes on around an hour in, he says Derek was the clear winner of the first night. Bro's brain is so cooked that he can't remember his own scoring minutes ago. This is the level of brain rot Derek writing sycophancy we have to deal with. At least remain consistent with your own claims in 1 hour.
And I did not move past here. I did not read beyond this.
There is nothing wrong with coming out and saying Hottie was better, but this show is a business after all. Triple Crown and a white Christian boy who shares the same sponsor as the event would win because it's good for business. Don't talk to me about flaws. They're both short, okay? Since when is the front double pose judged by legs? Why don't they call it the front double quadriceps then? Side tricep pose, why don't they just change the name to side legs and outer arms? The front lat spread, why don't they just call it leg size and chest thickness pose? You didn't even address that. Mighty convenient not to judge the competitors based on the name, the pose name relevancy.
Well, yeah, come on, that's telling right there. That right there. If I'm the fucking idiot, if I'm the dumbass, reread that.
You know, Marcus, I kind of agree with him.
Get the fuck out of here.
Anyway, hey, I'm not done. Also, the extra call out was not to favor Hottie. It's very likely that they had Hottie winning, and the deficit from the first night was not saving Derek. They wanted the judges to score such at the end, all numbers tallied up, Derek would come out on top. And I think that too. It is likely that they had Hottie 7-1 over Derek on finals night. You know that because the difference between Hottie and Derek in the first and second night was on average in favor of Hottie, which you did say, and you said that to me just before we started this. You said across both nights, Hottie had the better average.
Hottie had a better night 2, yeah. Meaning it was the wider gap as far as night 1 Derek versus Hottie versus night 2 Hottie versus Derek. The issue with this beautifully written comment, one, it's a whole fucking pose. It's not just the front double. You're not just looking at the front double, just the biceps. It is a whole pose. It's why you're looking at the quadriceps, why you're looking at, I'll fucking look at the forearms for all I care. Buckaroo, you fucking idiot. But I give you a lot of credit. No, I got to give him a lot of credit because he wrote this much. So shout out to him. I don't want to be like, I don't.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to him. I appreciate that.
You know, I thought this was going to be slop. It gets a like for me.
Yeah, I agree. I think I liked it. Maybe not. The point is,
someone replied back. Hold on. I promise you, who is Mr. Olympia? I promised I read 1/5 of your message. 1/5 of your message and stopped. It is just more. It is more than just poses, you intelligent being. I made it abundantly clear that I feel Derek won night 1 and Hottie won night 2, even more than I had Derek winning night 1. Point is, post for pose, I could edge towards Hottie. However, watching the live night 1, I left knowing, Derek may have got that one. I want you to really understand how goofy you look writing such a long message, though. I promise, make it shorter, just like this. See, you've made it this far, right? That's enough of that.
No, but he said some goofiness at the end too. But shout out to him.
Yo, that was Tyler Manion's burner account, bro.
I hope it was. That'd be great. Shout out to him and his mom.
Tyler, if you're somehow watching this, we would love to have you on the show.
I like Tyler, but that's gonna make him think I'm more on some fucking. I do like Tyler. I think he's a cool dude. Seems like a good guy. He's actually doing shit for the company, like in the sense of. I
couldn't fathom talking to Steve or who what's Grandpa's name? Jim Manion.
Jim Manion. Yes.
I could. One, I just don't think Jim. I'm gonna leave it at that. But Steve I know how it's going to come across. He's going to say, "Oh, you whippersnappers! I've been judging for 40 years. What do you know?"
Well, the weird thing is, and I get, I mean, anybody who's been rightfully so, when you have time in the business and you've been doing this time after time, same thing with boxing matches and bouts. I feel like the judges who've been there for this main fight, this card, this pay-per-view, this Mayweather fight, they, when they have that type of resume, I'm all for it. Like, you're a good judge. You showcase that you got good judging going on. You scored this fight, this one, cool. However, to put so many people, random people, not even just judges, like put random IFBB pros, past Olympian winners, whatever it be, to put them above your eyes, it's interesting to me. I get it. Hey, I'm not going to lie. They might be able to see and look and delve a little bit deeper into what they're seeing on stage than I can. Cool. But it's weird to put so much emphasis on because this person and Chris Cormier thinks this and all these different things. Well, this person said this. I'm like, who? Unless they're there in person, cool. If they're there in person, they got that edge. If we both watch the same fucking stream, we both have eyes. Who gives a fuck? It's my opinion. You like them bigger, don't you? Pause, right? You like them a little bit of, some girth to them. Pause again. Some people don't like that shit. So you gotta lay off the gayness too. Jesus.
You're the one that's talking about filling me up.
The whole point is, to each their own, man. Some people favor aesthetics. Some people favor whatever it be.
We ready to get into this?
Yeah, let's get into this. Is too much at this point.
Yeah, you're close.
Hi, everyone. Tyler Manion here, NPC and IFBB Pro League Vice President. And this will be your Mr. Olympia Classic Physique Division recap, brought to you
Classic Physique is way too long. They should abbreviate that.
by New Tech. So obviously we had a very
Terrence looks good as fuck in the middle, man.
I gotta say, why are we not letting Gilco do every single live stream?
Yeah. At this point, just put him on contract.
Literally a head-on angle, great lighting. This was at the expo, so better lighting than the actual auditorium. But I mean, this is exactly what we want. Head-on, a little bit more high than the judge's POV, but that's exactly what we need.
Yeah.
Anyway, I know we can go down that rabbit hole.
very, very close show between Mike and Ramon. I think Terrence was also very, very close to them in third place. Overall, I think an amazing top 5 for Classic. These guys all brought it, and I think are great representatives of what this division is. So we'll go pose by pose with Mike and Ramon, since, as you guys see, it was a 1-point decision, and then we'll review everybody else in the top 5. So with Mike and Ramon, first up is the front double bicep pose. For me, Mike looks very, very good in this pose. Good arm development into a crazy, crazy taper, going down into a nice small waist. And obviously for Mike, his quads look very, very good from the front. I would say for me, this is Mike's strongest pose, especially comparing next to the other two guys. For Ramon, he was not at prejudging for sure. He was not raising his arms high enough up, so he wasn't really displaying the full taper, what he could be displaying. But as you see with Ramon, Ramon has very solid arms, even with the crazy forearms as well. He still has a nice small waist, go down into the lower body, and his quads and leg width looked very good from the front as well. Ramon really had great detail throughout his physique and had those round, full muscle bellies. But when it comes to the front double bicep pose, this was definitely a clear pose for Mike to make it 1 pose to 0.
You got to pause it. The fact that he said the pose wrong, it's clearly the front double quadricep. Clearly.
You are so salty. That guy really got in your head, didn't he?
No, I promise. Shout out to him. Shout out to that person. I hope he's watching again. All honesty, shout out to you. I appreciate your comment. I really do. All bullshit crap aside.
We love comments, big and small, gay or straight.
And some of them can help. Realistically, some of them can help. I might look back yo, and I said to myself, I'm the first person to be like, yo, everything about me is a big contradiction. One, I literally said I believe, because when I watched that damn live, Derek to me won night 1. However, when I'm looking at post for post, when I break it down, I might lean towards Hottie. I did 5-3. It's not a blowout. Could have been 4-4 for all I care. I didn't give Hottie that crazy pose with just off the sides, off the side tricep. And it's because I like the size. Pause. Crazy pause. But yeah, shout out to the people who comment, because it could help. You know what I mean? But let's go hard with the front double quadricep.
I have Ramon or Terrence beating Mike.
In this pose, yes. I think that the overall stature of Ramon helps.
That's true. That's true for sure.
The prettier physique right now in classic usually goes hand in hand with a pretty aesthetic, pleasing physique. Terrence is winning that one. Look at the waist.
In my classic comparisons, I don't even, you know how I do like this whole margin system in my open comparisons, because open is more like an examination. We're looking for complete development, head to toe, back to front. In classic, the poses are more like benchmarks that you can use to admire the physique from. It's more about the overall flow and classicness of the physique. So yeah, in terms of open bodybuilding, I think Mike has a better argument. I think he might even win in terms of open bodybuilding. But since this is classic, I would go with Ramon or Terrence for the better shape and better flow.
See, that's interesting that you say that. That's interesting because I don't necessarily like, I kind of put the same merit behind both categories in the sense of how I would grade classic compared to how I grade men's open for the most part, which is why I put the Jose on such a pedestal. I think that Jose or Josima has such a incredible looking physique. And I think, hey, he looks classic, but he also looks open. You know what I mean? He can go do really good in open. He just has to make some. Will you say no?
I'm making conscious judging decisions that will save the IFBB. This is, some people say, why do we not just get rid of weight caps?
People had that issue of Mike Sommerfeld. That's the crazy shit.
Because the judges cannot possibly trust themselves to not just reward whoever is pushing the envelope the most. That's why we need, and this is why I do sometimes reward a guy that is less conditioned or less muscular if they are in fact more classic.
Yeah,
and I know,
makes
completely sense. If this was open, I would hate myself. If this was open and I heard my analysis on classic, I would hate myself because I would like objective. But in classic, it's different. And I've recently learned to just embrace that. Yeah, it is about shape. Yeah. It is arbitrary. It is subjective.
Well, the issue is it's hard to say. Like, I think that, yes, the person who is the most classic on that stage is Terrence. Terrence is
Black Lee Labrada.
I mean, look, this everything about that shape is just incredible for a classic physique stage. Tiny waist, good lats. Yeah, Mike's are bigger by a good bit, but when you look at the actual physique, it
doesn't flow as well. On Mike.
On Mike, yeah. Which is why you would probably say, oh, he might do a little bit better in men's open. But then go with Ramon, and Ramon looks like he would fare well in open compared to
if he just fixed his arms in this pose. That's the only hang up I have. Like, how hard is it to just keep your arms up?
Yeah,
I think it's because subconsciously he knows he has to like flare his lats, so he's more concerned about that. But
it's ironic because they're both flaring their lats a lot better than Ramon is.
Right, right. Because you know the way the whole execution, the reason you hit poses is the reason you hit poses because typically it's the best. It's the best.
Yeah. You want to hide your flaws and showcase your,
Well, like the reason the front double bicep execution is the way it is because people over many decades have decided, yeah, this is probably how people are going to look the best, and you can put your own little spin on that in certain places. But it's just like, no, there is a way to do it. Like it's like exercise form. There is people say, well, you just got to do what works for you. No, there is a correct way to do an exercise, but there is a boundary that can be pushed to meet your own physical limitations and structure.
Yeah. It's funny. It's interesting because a lot of people look at Terrence like, oh, he's hitting that the most classic, but in actuality, Mike is actually hitting it the most classic when it comes to like the legs together and things like that. So if you go back to the 80s, 70s, most of them are going to have their legs a lot closer. Nobody was really doing what Terrence and Ramon are doing.
A lot of them are tucking. Anyway.
As well, Ramon really had great detail throughout his physique.
I gotta skip ahead.
So who did he give that pose to, by the way?
He gave it to Mike.
Okay.
I think this was a relatively close pose between the two. When it comes from going across the width from shoulder to shoulder, I feel like they have pretty solid, pretty comparable width from shoulder to shoulder. I think Mike's chest is just a touch thicker than Ramon's. However, when it goes to outer arms and shoulders, I think especially the delts, you can see that roundness and fullness to Ramon's, while Mike's is just a little bit flatter. Go down into the lower body, and again, their legs are very comparable from the side. You can see that both of them have very good density and thickness and good balance between the quads and the hamstrings. But when you look at this as a whole and the balance between the upper and the lower body and really just the way this pose flows together and flows well and the roundness and the fullness, for me, this pose went to Ramon. I think I should also say that prejudging for me, I felt like upper body wise, Mike was just had a, what I would describe as a very, very slight film of water and blurriness in his upper body when it comes to conditioning wise. His lower body, obviously, you see, it was very, very well conditioned. Overall, he was very well conditioned, but it was the slight blurriness, I think, that also affected a lot of these poses between Mike and Ramon for me. So for me, the overall balance and the fullness and the roundness, I gave the side chest to Ramon to make it 1 poses to 1. Next up.
You're muted on my end.
This is one pose where I'm typically giving more props, even if you do look like for me, even though this is classic, Josema probably does beat them all just because.
Oh, God, yeah.
But with that said, Mike is still the most open-esque here. I think Terrence is kind of underrated in this shot now that he's made some improvements. And Ramon, he's really saved by how big he is. Which, yeah. I mean, if Mike is over there at 5'9", this guy must be like 6'4". But the weakest chest.
Goes to who?
The weakest chest is Ramon.
See, and I will say this, my favorite person in his pose is Ramon. I think I would have him.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Ruffin.
No. The size discrepancy it's just
right.
Maybe it's just his overall his size, literally who he is, what he is.
Pause.
But Ramon, but Ramon just takes it off of just the overall size that he has. Mike is a close second. The legs really help Mike, but Ramon's legs are right on par. Look at that. Like, just look how big that back arm looks for Ramon. Because guess what? I think that it's about the entire body. Yes, it's a side chest.
In classic, even more so. Like in open, I tend to look at like side leg, delton arms, chest. But like here, I do kind of, prefer the overall flow. I will say yet again, top to bottom balance. I prefer Ruffin in that aspect.
I get it as far as the balance goes. I get why you're saying that as far as
doesn't win
balance. No.
I can get why you have Ramon. I think if Mike was in his position, like literally in his position on stage, I think he'd look just a little bit better. But yeah, it's between him and Mike. I don't really put a hard thing on it. I definitely had Ruffin or Ramon ahead of Mike in the first one, but this is a coin toss for me. I could see arguments for both. I'm not too hung up on it.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's their color or what, but the light does favor Ramon. Like the lighting is just favoring Ramon.
Yeah. Okay.
Next up is the back double bicep pose. Again, I think this is a very close pose. For Mike, he has, again, a crazy taper, really good thickness and depth and 3D look to his back itself. Arms and shoulders flow in well and are very solid. Go down to the lower body, and he's, again, very conditioned. You can see a lot of detail and separation to the hamstrings, but Mike's weakest part of this pose is his leg width from the back. Now we go into Ramon. I think for Ramon, this is the best his back has definitely looked. Again, good arms and shoulders that flow in well to the back. You see depth and detail to his back. Back definitely is popping. Go down to the lower body, and Ramon's leg width and detail and development really shine through here. So for me, with the back itself, I think Mike's back is better than Ramon's. However, the lower body, I think Ramon's is better than Mike's. All things considered, again, I think this is probably a razor close pose. That's why so many judges are split. There's definitely arguments on why you could give it to Mike and why you could give it to Ramon. Personally, for me, I gave this pose to Ramon ever so slightly to make it 2 poses to 1.
First question. There's not an argument for Terrence?
I know that's. I mean,
in a different life, I'm going to say something so crazy. In a different life, and he'll never be this. He'll never even come close. He was Ronnie Coleman-esque. If he had Ronnie's structure, I mean, look, the butterfly glutes, I get glimpses of Ronnie.
yeah.
You know what I mean? The back development, it's the most underrated. I know it looks like the least impressive up here, but I think pound for pound is probably the best.
Yeah, I don't think that. I don't like when I look at this, aside from Mike's just overall size of his lats and like the depth of his traps, that's beautiful. But top to bottom, what's the best flowing, just most screams classic? Terrence. Terrence, to me, this is I put it like this. I think I would have this realistically. The issue is I want to give it to Terrence, but the overall back width of Mike is just really impressive. Really impressive. So I would have Ramon in third, which is shocking because he gave Ramon first. So I would honestly have Ramon in third here.
I know people are going to say, what do you mean? He looks nothing like Ronnie Coleman. I get that. I get that. I get that completely. But there's just something special about Terrence's rear double. I mean, I think you're picking up on what I'm putting down, but I can't really describe why it's so special besides like, oh yeah, the hams and glutes are like Ronnie's in the way that they insert. You know, the glutes are basically inserted halfway down the hamstring. That's crazy. But like, it's just top to bottom. There's just something.
So somebody will find a reason to argue this, but to me, it's dang near flawless. Can the shoulders be a little bit what might be a couple situation. The shoulders maybe a little more peaking. The arms are okay, but from the entire back down to the floor, it is a flawless back double.
He is like 25% of Ronnie Coleman. Not even. But like there are echoes of Ronnie in this pose. Now, let me just say, Terrence Ruffin does not have a top 20 back of all time. He does not have top 20 hamstrings and glutes of all. Well, I mean, maybe top 50. But he's just small. That's the thing. People are going to say, how can you compare him to Ronnie Coleman when Ronnie Coleman has 120 pounds on this guy? Like, I'm not. I'm just saying. I get echoes of it. I kind of get echoes of Phil Heath from Ramon because the back's kind of narrow. It has, but the lats are. Phil didn't have the lowest lats like Ramon does, and I kind of like how Ramon has this gap in his lats and lower back. You know what I mean?
Really?
Like the Christmas tree is like.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Super wide. You know what I mean?
He needs more lat
directors
like width. Yeah. He needs more width, to be real. Like there's just, and when you compare it to how Mike's back is, that's to me, Mike's back is easily the best back on that stage.
But
just off of pure size, and there's this 3D look to it. You could tell. I mean, it looks.
You could tell he's 212.
I mean, hey, I'm pretty sure he had to come in at 204. So,
yeah, right.
But yeah, I mean, Terrence's back looks like a demon. Like literally, it looks like a face. It looks like a literal Brahma bull or something. Like
it's like Ronnie Coleman as a 12-year-old. That's the perfect way I can describe it. That is the perfect way I can describe it. It's like Ronnie Coleman was 12.
That's borderline disrespectful. That is borderline disrespectful.
But look, people are going to be like, how could you compare Ronnie Coleman to Terrence Ruffin? Are you retarded?
Well, because there's a completeness. I think that's the main thing is like this complete and then of course it is it's like this. It's like you got this, then you got Keon, and then you got Ronnie,
Right. Clearly levels to this. But again, this is like if you ever want to know what 12-year-old Ronnie looked like, you have Terrence Ruffin's rear double. But anyway, I have Ramon in this pose.
Really?
Yeah, because his back, it's just the overall size, and then more balanced than Mike, top to bottom. And open, once again, I'm going with Mike.
There is a better
even Ruffin.
Huh. Yeah, there is a better balance. Yeah.
In fact, Ramon is actually a little bottom heavy, if anything.
Well, I think if anything, he's lacking the top.
Because the width is not as present up top. The width of the legs looks a little out of place. So Terrence, perfect proportion. Like he's bringing an X frame even from the rear double.
It is. This is an incredible shot for Terrence.
I can't believe Tyler didn't even mention it. I know he's focused on Mike and Ramon, but like
he did the other one like that too. He did the other video to where he was only talking about the top two. Where I'm like,
didn't give any mention to Andrew.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
These black guys, they need to come together and sue for better rights.
Honestly, or a whole new division.
The colored division.
They shouldn't do that. No, but they should. That's F up.
It's like, the new CP division.
Yeah,
colored
right.
physiques division.
It's real close to the NAACP, the NCP.
Right.
it's legit. If you look at that acronym, it's almost NAACP. But
anyway, let's move on.
Next up will be the abdominals and thigh pose. Again, for me, I think this was a very, very close pose. Overall,
I don't mean to over talk. My bad. I don't mean to over talk him again, but I do think that the issue is a lot of times, especially with the stage, the lighting, this and that, it just doesn't favor people of color. It doesn't.
Right.
It's an ongoing issue.
You need one of your brothers from Baltimore to come out here and do the lighting.
Just sign an iPhone lighting under.
Next up will be the abdominals and thigh pose. Again, for me, I think this was
before we start this. My bad. You can cut this part out.
A very, very close pose between the two of them. They both did the pose where they crunched down on their abs. Then when they both pulled up a vacuum. For me, at prejudging,
doesn't even show Ramon in a vacuum. What the hell?
I think that Mike looked just a little bit better in this pose than Ramon. Again, they both display nice taper. Their chests are both staying full. Abdominal development and detail, they both have very good there. Go down to the lower body.
They both have very good there. What does that even mean?
I felt it. That's how I say some shit sometimes.
They both display nice taper.
I'll be saying some shit
both
like
staying
that.
full. Abdominal development and detail, they both have very good there. Go down.
They both have very good there.
They both have really good there. I feel that's how I legit be saying shit like that. So I know what he meant.
To the lower body, obviously Mike's quads from the front are great, very, very good. Crazy. I just think his leg positioning and again the overall how balanced they make this pose look, how they make the pose flow. For me, I again by the slightest of margins, I give this pose to Mike to make it 2 poses to 2, and then.
In terms of open, he definitely wins because I wouldn't consider the vacuum as worth much. You know, it'd be great if we could see Ramon's vacuum.
Yeah, like, I mean, Mike's legs are fucking beyond impressive. The quads here, it's a very classic pose.
Maybe a little too good. Hear me out. You know, people used to be scored down if things were overdeveloped. Different time.
Yeah.
Different time. You know, people used to be scored down if they were black.
I believe it.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening to Terrence right now.
Honestly, that's what I'm saying, man. It's the Andrew.
I don't have him winning this pose though. I think both guys are better than the crunched variation, and he wasn't hitting the vacuum. At least I don't remember if he was. But I think either way, it's a solid enough pose. But I think just the genetics of his abs, I just don't like compared to the other two. But
you give it to Mike, right? Like this pose, you get to Mike.
Yeah, probably. But again, I didn't even. It's just the execution for Ramon. I mean, like, what the hell?
You look at the detail on the side, man.
Or like even like this, like
pose again.
Okay, that's him in the pose. He was just tilting side to side, so he's locked in, and it's just like Mike locking into the shot is better than Ramon locked into the shot.
Yeah, exactly.
And presentation matters when it's this close, especially in classic. So you know, Terrence could get points for that. He should.
Mike as well.
Yeah. I mean, if anything,
Ramon's gonna last for that one. Presentation points.
Right. He was okay this year, though.
Yeah, he's getting better, which is good. And that's not getting a lot of attention either. He's getting a little bit better. Yeah, the arm placement's a little, you can critique a lot of these people, anybody and everybody, but yeah.
Yeah, he locked in. All right. Favorite classic pose. I gotta tell you, I don't even include this in my classic comparisons. Like I take a look at it, but like before we even open this up, how does one judge a favorite classic pose? Do you also pick your favorite?
Well, that's the issue is, because usually you'd have a bias. Like I could tell you right now, like which one I'm not gonna pick just because it's not the pose I like. I don't like that pose.
But I mean, I don't think that's wrong. I mean, the athletes are choosing their favorite classic pose. I think it gives and everyone likes something different. So, I think it's even when it all said and done. Some people will like arm dominant poses, some people are gonna like the twisting rear double. I'm always a sucker for that one if executed properly.
And I'm the opposite.
You don't like it?
I like it. Don't get me wrong. I do love it,
I think
but
it's lazy.
compared to somebody who's hitting like a front shot or even like C-Bum's, classic pose he always does. Always does. Me and
Yikes.
Tyler, we trying to talk alike, always does. I would probably score that over someone who's going into like the Arnold, side back shot. Because it's a bias. It's a bias.
Huh. Do you prefer side shots or back shots?
Like in the sense of like I prefer back shots, pause, but
all right.
I
let's get to these guys' favorite classic
to make it 2 poses to 2. And then finally is the favorite classic pose. For me, I think Ramon did a great job in just sticking with his one arm front lat spread, one arm front double.
You don't think it looks a little funny, I think. I don't know if it's because his eyes or I don't even think it's necessarily him. Like the physique. It's something else.
The mustache don't help, but
would you like to see him do something different?
Yeah, I want to see him do what they're doing. Like honestly, he has the lats for it.
Honestly, before let's just discuss it before we have Tyler talk. I think Terrence needs to pick better poses. He usually picks a side tricep or this. He doesn't have the arms for either. He needs to pick something different.
See, and I favor. All right, so you see the right, or for what we're looking at, the right side of Ramon's body compared to the left side of Terrence's. I prefer how, honestly, I think Terrence might win this shot for me.
He would if it wasn't for that puny little bicep, that little pea shooter.
Yeah, but when we look at the shape of the other arm and the overall shoulder, the separation between the tricep and the bicep, it's like I said, if we're comparing, so remember, they're mirrored right now as far as Ramon and Terrence. I prefer, if I'm looking at them, I think Ramon looks dope. I like Terrence in this shot.
Well, if anything, you got to consider the fact that Terrence is black.
However, this would be considered a shot that's emphasis on the bicep, right? So we have to put all the emphasis in the bicep.
Did the guys make a good choice? Like, they didn't have to choose a front,
I'm saying that jokingly.
Shot.
Don't jump on this train that's going to rail.
No, I'm being for real. I'm being for real. You are supposed to choose poses that fit your strengths.
Yes, and I think that this is fitting a lot of Terrence's strengths, to be real.
Everything but the namesake.
Everything but his, for us, the right side bicep.
But that crown jewel. Okay, what if I put a turd as a crown jewel in your crown? Right? How would you feel about the overall ornament of the crown?
If it's if it's the shit little triangle diamond is embezzled in this cool little fermented shape and all that, and it's just there and it has this nice shine to it and it meshes well with the rest of the crown.
You don't mind?
I'm a shithead.
Okay. I'm really surprised with Ramon's execution here. That's clean. I'm very surprised it looks this good.
It does look very good, and this is the thing. Most people are probably going to give this to Ramon.
I would,
because what you're seeing in the bicep is much fuller to Terrence's. That looks rather smaller than Ramon's.
Also, Terrence's body, I noticed this at just about every one of his shows. It just sucks that oil right up.
Yeah, him and Samson.
Yeah.
Every freaking show, it's just like,
you got to nail it down or they're going to steal it. It's okay.
What?
Okay. So, Yeah, I think the black guys, they just I don't know what it is. I'm sure there's science behind it, but like I do notice like they just don't look as glossy, but it may not even be the actual oil. I think it just may be the way it's glistening in the lighting
I mean, no
or the
disrespect
lack
by
thereof.
this. I mean, no disrespect by this, but if you make Terrence the same color as Ramon, he wins this pose.
The argument gets a lot closer at the very minimum.
Yeah, and
At the very
the
minimum.
issue is because I mean, look at the darker shades are on the chest, the sides. It's just you can't see as much of the like. You can't see the same detail, and trust the same detail is there that Ramon, but you can't see it. You cannot see it. It's true. Come on.
I think we can agree Mike is last.
Yes.
No, okay, no, I think Terrence is last.
Really? Oh, no,
Yeah.
I don't. But no, I no. Even
I can't get over
bias
that arm.
aside, in the sense of not liking Mike's pose, I don't. His granted legs look incredible.
What
Legs
don't you
look
like
incredible.
about it?
For us, the left arm. I don't like the left arm.
The
I don't like it.
arm. Why?
I don't know.
wrong?
I prefer. It's not.
It's not worse than Terrence's.
No. I'm talking about what he's doing with it, not how
Oh.
it looks. To me, I mean, honestly, Mike's biceps is the best on that stage as
The
far as
left arm.
overall peak.
You mean right arm?
For us, the left. I know.
okay.
Yeah, for us, the left. I'm just.
I was about to say, what are you talking about?
Seeing on camera, the left arm
Okay.
that's doing the
That's the
old
Ziz pose.
classic.
Honestly,
Honestly, yeah, it is. Shout out to all those
Zez?
Z's.
I didn't watch him. He was a little bit before my time.
Yeah, he was. I mean,
You probably
I wouldn't-
watched him.
I
growing up
wouldn't
in the
follow
streets of
his
Baltimore.
direction per se, but I think he stood for
not?
something that was
What
very
are we
cool.
here
I mean,
for?
'cause honestly, yeah, go follow him.
Okay. Let's see what Tyler. We got to hear what Tyler has to say about this.
Basically, what you could call a teacup variation of this favorite classic pose. His leg placement in this pose, very, very good. How developed and how separated and conditioned in the leg width that he displayed here and everything throughout his quads looked very good. And again, he has that round, full, bubbly muscle. And I thought for this pose, you can see he's displaying the width on both sides, in the front lat spread side and when he's raising his arm up for the front double bicep side. He's raising up the proper height and where it should be, where it should have been how he was hitting his front double. Now for Mike did two variations on favorite classic pose. His one variation is a front double variation where the one arm is raised. And then the other favorite classic pose he hit was the front lat spread. For Mike, I think...
To me, he wins that.
What do you like his front lat spread? I'll pull it up. What do you think?
Yeah. To me, and I don't know what the hell Terrence is doing in the other pose. Like, I don't know. I didn't see it well, but yeah, see, I'm not a fan of this pose for Terrence. But if you put this, so granted, okay, this Mike Sommerfeld's front lat spread versus Ramon's favorite classic, Mike wins it.
Pick something more inspired than just a front lat spread, bro.
When you have lats like that, I'm good. When you have lats like that and a chest that just looks like it's going to that corner.
They need to insert lower. I
don't like
know.
how it looks. I like how it looks.
I agree it's an objectively great pose, but I mean, like, if I'm picking like favorite classic with the shape being the first and foremost,
But see, we're doing bias now. We're doing bias.
Right. And it is. It's the favorite classic pose.
Bias.
Terrence is the best poser and somehow, without fail, every year comes up with the worst classic poses.
And the issue is we can't see the detail that is there. What we're looking at, we cannot see the detail. That's an issue.
Whoa. I've been saying this for a long time. The black guys should sue for discrimination to get better lighting at the Olympia.
I mess around and come in without, because they put the glaze on them and stuff, Pauls, and they put the color and this and that, the tan. I mess around and come with just try it, just the glaze or something.
I'd come with like Michael Jackson with my skin bleached. See if they like if I were hottie, I probably would have won the Olympia.
Honestly, when you really think about that, I wonder if anybody has ever tried that, because literally it's the one thing that actually helped. You know what I mean? It would actually help. A lot of people do it. A lot of people do it. Same way that white, like lighter skin people.
If you were a girl, would you bleach your asshole, or would you like to keep it brown a little bit?
I'd bleach it. If I was a girl,
no,
I'd bleach it.
You seem like you kind of bust down with it.
I'd bleach it. Yeah. If I was a girl. I wouldn't want
Yeah,
no dark,
you
nasty
bleach it
ass
now. You bleach it now.
There we go. If I was a boy, I'm like,
Who we kidding?
if
Who
I
we
was a
kidding?
boy. It's one of your favorite songs, right? Talking about the mid 2000s pop, right? It's one
No,
of
that's
yours.
I Kissed a Girl and I Liked It.
It's one of yours, right? If I
Right.
was a boy.
Oh,
That's
I don't
you.
know that song. Who does that?
Maybe Beyonce.
Oh, I don't listen to devil
You
worshiping.
draw the line at Rihanna. I got you.
I do, unironically.
Away from the impressiveness of this pose. Even when his arm was raised up, I still feel like on both of these poses, I gave the edge to Ramon. The conditioning and the fullness and the detail and the balance that he brought to this pose was very dominating. I think size-wise too, it just made him look a little bit bigger overall than Mike. And again, like I said, that tiny bit of blurriness throughout the upper body held Mike back, on some of these poses. So for me, I gave this pose to Ramon to make it 3 poses to 2. Obviously, an extremely close contest between these guys. Probably can compete against each other 10 times and each would probably win half. Really, it's as close as you could get.
How is each going to win half if there are 3 guys?
Oh.
Or maybe he's still talking about Mike and Ramon because Terrence he didn't get 2 looks in this comparison.
I thought he said these 3 guys.
I thought he said that too, but how are they going to win half the time each? They'd win a third.
They all win their half. So, 1/3 of the 10 shows. So 3.333.
I see.
Yeah, for a contest. And I think one important thing to note was at finals, because when these scores are that close,
I don't give 2 fucks about what Tyler says about finals. I don't. Because they don't even put it on the scorecards. What is the point of that? I mean, seriously. Marcus, what is the benefit of having no scores put on the finals column on the score sheet?
Yeah, I don't get it. I think they should. I think it's an easy fix. I think there's enough people complaining about it that they should 1000% fix that. Just put a score because it's like there's both rounds. Put a score.
Tyler said, "Oh, the finals is still judged. It's a confirmation round. We confirm what was there from this morning." Well,
you can make. What's the funny thing? You can make that argument for what they did with Men's Open. When you really think about it,
my Nick versus Derek video talks about that.
Oh, well, that's the same. What he just said is what I feel
Lazy
like tends to happen with Men's Open.
Yes, because we were talking about this. I don't know if we captured it, but you can see prejudging is often kind of mixed up with the scores, but then at finals, you'll get straight scores for where they ended up in prejudging for their placings.
Yeah.
And it's just like you have to throw those out. I mean, it's a new day for Open. It's literally a new day. Or, these guys changed in a matter of hours, a matter of minutes. And it's just, why are we not giving them the time to, why are we not just comparing? Why did Martin and Nick not get a chance to be first call out? Why did Derek only get his time in the middle? Because they were going off their notions that they already developed at prejudging. You were not there to confirm night 2 or finals. You are there to judge night 2. It's not confirming because people change.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as confirming anything. That's ridiculous. What are you confirming?
That we got it right.
Exactly. Oh, we're confirming, but it's crazy how pretty much what we decided in the prejudging ends up being what happened at finals. Or if there are any changes, they're not where they should be. So the guy that ultimately was leading in the first place wins anyway.
I think for Classic, it's an easy fix. I don't know why. Just add it. You're already doing it. You're already probably.
They're already there.
I bet they're filling out a scorecard even. I bet for finals, they have a scorecard.
You want to know a great secret that I cannot confirm? They're not filling out a scorecard at prejudging.
Come on. The thing is with this one is I like this lineup right here, even down to the top 5. Emphasis on top 4, but 5 as well. This was truly, you could not be mad at any of the top 3 winning this. You can't. Like people, and that's the issue is people will have an issue with the top 3 or 4 in Open. And I get it. It's a lot more eyes on it. It's a lot more controversy. But to me, and this one also stands for it, this is a closer top 3. This is way closer than Andrew, Hottie, and Derek, or whomever else you want to throw in the mix.
Right, because Derek was clearly third overall.
I think that on night 2 he was clearly third. Yes.
Well, legitimately, not to talk about Derek, but like this is why scoring night 1 and night 2 as separate events is so important. You restart the call outs. Maybe you stop at top 10, so you don't get a chance to redo if you're not top 10 at prejudging. That I think that's fair because
there should be emphasis. Yes.
But
no, I don't see. Fuck that. I think you can argue that even down to the top 20 is 20 people in the biggest show. That's like being like, oh, it's a Super Bowl. Well, the team that's losing come halftime, fuck them. You know what I mean? That's what I hear when I say that.
Look, because I know someone's going to say we don't have time. I know someone's going to say we don't have time, but it's crazy that we have time for 80 bikini.
But it ain't even about that. I'm not trying to hear your He-Man Woman Haters Club rant. But
because
the point is,
because you know I'm right.
There's definitely needs and should be more time given to.
All right, girls, turn around and walk to the curtain. Marcus said. Marcus said seductively. But anyway, this is why it's so important to judge night 1 and night 2 or prejudging finals as separate events. Everyone needs to get their due. Like it's a new day. It is, and again for open, it's quite literally. Derek at finals was legit probably 5th. I'm not even joking. Go back and compare him. Go back and compare his finals versions to Martin, to Samson. I think Samson got a gift as well in 4th, honestly. But go compare him to Nick. I'm going to do that one. To Martin, to Hottie, to Samson, to Andrew. I don't think he beats very many guys at finals, but because they keep him so contained, they're like, we're not going to let anybody next to him except for Hottie and Samson, who's way off. We're not even going to let Andrew get his due, except for one round. It makes it look closer than it is.
And he was still getting yelled at and stuff. That kind of bothered me a little bit. It's like everybody's doing the wrong thing, and they're all like, Andrew. I'm like, yo, come on, dude. I felt like I was in school again.
Did you hear when Steve Weinberger said, all right, Andrew, you need to go back on the line, and we're going to have Brandon come out. You're not gonna get to do this until you get that title. Did you hear him say that?
Yeah.
That was so shitty.
I mean, I think that was a coincidental moment as far as like
it probably sounded a lot better in Steve's head. I don't think.
I don't think it was like.
But coming out, it did sound a little rough. It's like, oh, you're not one of us until you get that title, which is true. He is not Mr. Olympia until he gets the title.
Yeah,
but it's like, okay, this is a competitive event. Emotions are high.
Into existence, though. It's speaking it into existence like the Triple Crown. So hey, eventually,
okay,
Andrew's gonna be up there with his Olympia title.
Anyway,
we take a very, very close look at finals, and we're really judging them again throughout the poses to make sure everything looks how it should. And
it's so funny. It's so funny. He has to beg the audience to note that, oh, we really judge the finals. We really judge the finals. Don't worry. We really judge the finals. You know what's funny, though? At least in Classic, he is showing finals footage. He didn't do that in Open.
Well, he probably learned, because clearly he's in it. Once again, even though people are going to have, ups and downs with it, but I think it's smart that's what Tyler is doing from jump, him doing these, and then to learn from the mistake of the men's open and only showing prejudging. I mean, you have to have the controversy a little bit, even if, because he did it in Pittsburgh. He said, hey, I don't think this guy won. I thought Nick won. So it's not like he's afraid to, go against the grain a little bit. But what he did in prejudging was it definitely deserved all the backlash that it got. And I think that's why we actually ended up with some finals.
Wow. I think that comment really did get under your skin. You're really honest today.
Wait, what? What?
That comment that guy lefty that you've been thinking about. I just didn't think you would come out swinging today.
What am I being? I'm always honest. When I said Hottie won the fucking 5 shots to 3, and I still think that Derek won night 1, that's brutally honest to the point where I know it's making me a contradicting little fuck. But guess what? I watched that damn live. I think Derek won night 1. I think he got.
You got caught up in the emotions. You knew he would win, but you didn't have him winning.
It's hard. Well, I guess, yeah. I guess no. But when I watch, dude, See, this is the thing that when I watched that live, I said, "Fuck, I think Derek might be winning."
You were crying.
I think no. Shout out, whoever should win deserves to win. If anything, the thing that let me down the most was Samson. And what I mean by that is I'm a big fan of Samson.
Right.
I wanted him to do good. It sucked to see him drop down to fourth. Granted, yeah, Andrew should have placed third, and rightfully so. Like, so I'm happy he dropped down to fourth compared to Andrew. But looking at it in this totality, I'm pissed because I'm like, I really thought Samson was going to be able to. I had Hottie winning, meaning in predictions, but I was hoping or assumed that Samson would be in that top 2 fighting for the number 1 spot. I didn't think he was going to drop down to 4. Right. So that was a letdown. As far as my little fan minds, I enjoyed the show, but
I wish this wouldn't get caught up on Derek, but the reason we're talking about Derek in the first place is because it's the overall discussion of finals. Let's get back to that. I just think it's so funny how Tyler's like, we do judge the finals. We do judge it. We take a look at these guys. Because he doesn't have to say that in any other
But it makes sense why he's saying it, because he's got a bunch of fucking backlash for not saying it, pretty much.
Finals, because when these scores are that close, we take a very, very close look at finals, and we're really judging them again throughout the poses to make sure everything looks how it should. And
what does that mean? Looks how it should.
It sounds crazy, which sucks because they need to just start scoring finals, and then they should score or have some type of whatever for posing rounds, posing routine, 1000%.
Of course,
there should be a $25,000 cash prize to the best poser for Classic, or even more.
That's interesting. We really judge the finals. We really judge those finals.
Yeah, at this point, I feel like they'd be doing it for the sake. Like, some of it just seems like it's to get people talking. That makes sense. Like, because a lot of it is like it's a no-brainer.
Mean, really though, why is this company so fucking weird? Like, why are some of these decisions being made? And also,
I would say I think that's why it's a good thing that Tyler is being involved in some of this, because I do think that sometimes you do need different generations. Somebody who might be actually reading the comments, because I highly doubt anybody at the top gives a flying fuck about a comment on YouTube or anything else.
6-7. Breon Ainsley getting 4th. We got to talk about that. Remind me.
Getting 4th? What?
14th. Breon Ainsley getting 14th.
Yeah.
We got to talk about that. Anyway, give me one second.
Came back in very, very dominant fashion at night. He was by far the best body on stage at night. I think it was definitely less close at night than it was at prejudging, and he kind of stamped his way to victory that way, shut the door, and there was no questions needed at the finals. Next up in third, we had Terrence. For me, I think this is probably...
Okay, well, I guess Terrence is just relegated to being outside of the top 3, outside the top 2 and looking in. That's what was said on the scorecard, straight third. Maybe he just didn't, do as well as that at that finals. That matters a lot to the judging. Who knows? But anyway, between Mike and Ramon, are your opinions swayed by Tyler? He had Ramon winning basically at finals. Well, that's what sealed it for him. Basically, he said it was a close show, and then Ramon slammed the door at finals. What do you think about that assessment?
I think both were close enough. I don't think there was a door slammed at all. I think that the top 3 were very close throughout the entirety of this prejudging and finals comparisons.
Right, like when he went to there, I was like, the only thing that changed was the fucking lighting, and it got
honestly, yeah.
Like Terrence is, no wonder they thought Terrence was third. You can't even see him,
dude.
But overall, I kind of wish that it didn't come down to Tyler saying, "Oh well, Ramon really pulled away at the finals. That's where he slammed the door." I think, because I do think Ramon won fair and square.
Maybe there in person it was a more significant difference as far as what you're seeing, right?
But now it's going to be called into question, and rightfully so. I'm gonna give it roughly the same energy I'll give it on Derek. You can't say someone wins at finals and then literally have a blank column. That's retarded. I have Ramon winning, but if that's how he won, that's shady as fuck. You can yeah, he really pulled away at finals. Yeah, let's take a look at those final scores.
Yeah, the whole point is yeah, they need to fix that so that what they're saying actually, because clearly he's talking, he's saying what it's supposed to be, but the one thing that's missing is a fucking scorecard for finals. So yeah, it's weird because there's like an elephant in this room, and it's that finals aren't being judged. They're being
Why
looked at.
are we not? Every judge needs scorecards, okay? In a note section. You have to, any notes you're taking during the judging needs to be taken on that. No outside pen or paper allowed. And everyone has their name. It's stamped and everything, and they're collected, put into a lock box until I read them and decide the scores.
Yeah, no, I 100% I do agree that should kind of take place a little bit. And I bet, dude, the thing is, even though you're going to say otherwise, and what I'm saying is contradicting as hell, I bet they do score. I bet there is a card that is written on during finals for.
I think it's just kind of a show of hands thing.
It might be like a.
Do you guys all have Ramon winning?
Circle,
no,
yes, yeah.
I kind of have Mike.
No. It's going to be a circle, yes or no.
I think it is that. Like they probably go up and down the line. All right, does everyone have Terrence in third? Yeah, I'm okay with that. Everyone have Niall in fourth? Yeah, we're okay with that. But I kind of had Mike in second. Can you put me down for that? Yeah, we'll make it look close. That's exactly how it goes.
Well, I don't know, but yes, they need to judge finals. Correct. They need to judge finals,
and we need individualized scorecards for every judge.
Yeah. And if you're a judge, that's how it should be. That's how it is in everything, boxing, so on. You should be able to see each individual judge's thoughts, scorecard, whatever it be. Shit, I want to hear the feedback, and not just from head judge either. I'd like to hear the feedback from all the judges. If I was proposing,
baffling how we hear from Tyler more than Steve Weinberger. Like, I get it. Tyler is like more high up in terms of like the overall company. But in terms of the overall show decisions, at least on paper, unless you believe some back alley conspiracy theories, which I'm not denying, but if you don't, Steve Weinberger has more pull at who's winning these major shows. Because
I imagine the athletes hear the most from Steve. That's who they're getting their feedback from. The judges' feedback is normally the head judge.
430 of them, or whatever the hell it was.
I mean, hey, if they want to know it, they'll go ask, and I guess he'll sit there and tell them, kind of thing. I mean,
he doesn't strike me as the type of person that would do that.
Oh, I mean, to give this amount of years into this business and to show up and travel, I think so. I think there has to be a passion there. I do like Nick Walker.
He's going to tell you to fuck off and flip you off and then tell you to go somewhere else.
I do like the fact that Tyler is doing this. Yes, putting it out for the masses. I think that's a necessity for the sport right now. I think it's very. I think that the IFBB and just overall everything about it needs transparency. You need it so that we're not having people like Dylan come up here and be like, "You cheating bastards."
Hey, I love it for content, but the thing is, this year's Olympia, I mean, I'm not even trying to milk it, but I have so many ideas of just disproving a lot of these placings just using my own two fucking eyes.
I do think, and you might not like to hear this, and I don't even like to say this. I feel like I'm being a dick by saying this.
Okay, say it.
Well, and I mean it with all due respect. I do think that I do. I cannot say it.
No, go ahead. You're going to say I'm milking it.
I think that your disdain might shine through more than, and you don't even know it, right? You might not even know it, but I do think it could shine through, even though there's merit behind what you're saying, right? So your words aren't empty. Your thoughts, they have meaning.
Oh,
rightfully so.
Okay, I think I get what you're saying.
So I think, yeah, you have a leg to stand on, but
you're thinking I'm just being a hater.
No, I don't think you are. I think
like, truly, in terms of the overall balance, I'm letting maybe the hate.
I'm not gonna. No, I don't. Yes, but no. So I do not think you're being a hater. I think.
Well, I don't think you're being honest.
I am, dude. I'm being so honest here. I'm being dead ass with you. Right?
You sound like Tyler Manion. We judge the finals.
No, see, then shout out to him more so. Look, I'm being so serious with you. I'm being real. Like, it's very, yeah. Put me on big screen. I'm being so real. I think that you have a strong disdain for Derek. I think that it makes sense because it's not your type of champion physically. Fuck who he is as a person, anything like that. I think that what he showed up as on stage, a lot of people can have an issue with it, especially during finals. 1000%. However, I think that the way you say what you're saying sometimes can come across a little strong.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
So people might think that you're doing it for clickbait and so forth. I don't think you are. I know you're not.
Look,
actually, I know you're
you
not.
You saw me before we talked about a lot of these things, like the Tyler recap and whatnot.
And I think that's what makes it worse. Is
and
the fact that
you saw the pre-show. I was like, yeah, we'll react to this. We'll see what he says. I haven't watched anything. And then you saw me boiled over as it was happening. So at least, even if people out there, including you, think I am a hater, at least they know the hate is genuine.
No, that's what I'm saying. I truly, dude, I'm not fucking with you. I don't think you're a hater. I think that somebody added fuel to the fire that's already lit. Might be a.
Are you saying Derek like killed my parents or something? What are you saying?
No, I'm saying I'm gonna understand why anybody listening to you might be like, oh nah, yo, he just hates Derek. So granted, Derek did not deserve to win finals at all. It should have been a much more wider score. The fact that we're talking about men's open right now is pissing me off a little bit. I ain't gonna hold you. But
you're bringing it up.
You brought it up.
Yeah, you brought it up. You're like, you need to apologize to Derek.
No, see, don't flip that shit because then the people in the comments are gonna piss me off because they're be like, I'm trying to say that.
You're saying I don't suck Derek off enough.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that what your message is going to get. I'm saying that your message will get thrown into a fucking dumpster when it doesn't deserve to be in a dumpster. No, I know you don't care, but I'm talking about like with real people. Like, so
I don't care.
You don't have to care. I don't care. I don't care. I'm trying to talk to you real right now. Being too real, and it's just supposed to be goofy.
No, look.
You're not understanding what I'm saying, I don't think. And you're not giving me a chance.
I don't think so either. And I don't think you do either. So look, here's the
your shit's coming across as hate, and I know you don't hate Derek, but it's coming across.
No, I don't. That's the thing. I'm being objective. I'm saying, here are my arguments. And the thing is, it looks like I'm piling on Derek because I think there just is an actual shitload of evidence there that he just shouldn't have been the Olympia champion this year. I think this was probably his worst. I don't know. 2023 was kind of bad. But the thing is, I'm like saying, well, if you want to take, let's say, oh, he was really good at prejudging. Well, what about finals? What about that route? What about the overall score of that? Yeah. Why was he not compared to Martin and Nick? That's another plot point you can go down. Why does somebody's improvements only matter when they're Derek's? What about Andrew Jack's improvements? What about this? What about that? There's just so many what ifs that just weren't considered. And again, it seems like I'm piling on Derek, but I'm not really. I know I am, but it's not meant to. It's not intended that way.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. I'm saying the people out there listening, I don't think they're gonna read in between the lines as they should. They're not going to. They're gonna write it off as.
Well, they're not that smart.
Sometimes I disagree with you. Sometimes I agree with you. This is, fill in the blank for that one.
Did you say what you wanted to say? Well, what's your main point here? I'm a hater.
No, you fucking idiot. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the opposite. I'm legit saying the fucking opposite. You are not a hater, but I think people are going to read what you're saying as hate.
How is that my problem?
Because I want your words to have fucking some plate behind them. I want people to be able to and there are some people out there who will, and it's the people who probably strongly feel.
I'm going to say this.
I don't think that it would be the same situation if he got second. Right, you wouldn't have the same fuel, correct?
He shouldn't have placed second.
Oh my god. Okay,
he should.
That's fine. That's fine.
Andrew and Hottie beat him.
I agree on night 2. Yes, I agree. Night 2, Andrew and Hottie beat him. Yes, 100%.
Well, according to your own score on night 1, you had Derek losing to Hottie.
I still had but this is the thing. I watched the fucking live. I wasn't there in person, so automatically you got to knock me down a peg or two. Pause. The whole point is that the fucking when I watched that live, I said shit. I didn't know who. To me, it was a toss up between Hottie and Derek.
You're so full of shit. Pull up that comment. Pull up that comment. Marcus is so
You're gonna make me pissed off at that comment. I swear to you, that I wasn't that mad.
It really got under your skin. I
No,
know
that's my whole point. That's my whole point. I'm dead ass. I'm being so honest. I'm being so honest.
I'm being so honest.
Good. That's good. The same way that I sound like I'm probably full of shit right now because I'm being honest is the same way that you sound like a fucking hater. And that's okay because it's how we want to come across.
Okay.
I want to come across as honest, and it's not coming across that way. And I'm literally being honest.
I'm going to say something. I think I have some of the best actual analysis in bodybuilding YouTube right now. I know my channel doesn't have that many subscribers, probably doesn't deserve it, but I think in terms of I'm not even going to say my eye. I think the way I talk about bodybuilding is honestly maybe too smart for the bodybuilding fan. I know that does not sound humble at all, but I'm dead serious.
You're proving my fucking point. You're proving my point. Right
Marcus can't get it. Marcus doesn't understand. He just wants to call me a hater, and all you people want to call me haters too.
I'm not. See, I hate that. I hate that. That's what you gathered from that, and that's my fault. I blame you for that. My bad. Whatever.
Right, it wasn't a good explanation. It was pretty bad.
However I said it, it clearly came up, and that's not my point. I'm saying that I know what you're saying. I get it. I agree with you as well. I think that you're putting it on very strong to where a lot of people are going to misread your point.
Well, they should stop being so feminine. Here's the thing. You know,
this is why you'll never have a female co-host.
No, because women care about how you say something versus what you say. When all that matters, all that ever matters is what you are saying. Oh, I said it a bit harshly. I made a gay joke about Derek.
Call me Susan Sarah fucking Smith because I 100% care how you say something. Not you. You and fill the fucking gap, fill the shoe, fit that bitch. Whoever says it, I care about that. I care about the tone, the tonality. I care about everything. I care about the facial expression that's made. I'm gonna think deeply about that shit later, and it's gonna piss me off. So yeah, call me a feminine fucking Francine because I really, really care about how it is said. I care about the overall message too.
I really care about how people treat me.
100%. Because if I'm sitting there trying to be nice and respectful to others, I'm damn sure thinking that shit's gonna be given back to me correctly. And if it's not, then it's an issue.
No one cares about your feelings. And this is why you can't care about other people's feelings.
I care about my feelings. You know why? Because I show care for other people's feelings, which is why when I sat there and said, no, you are not coming across to me like a hater. I'm not calling you a hater. I care deeply about it. Because I don't think, no, I didn't. No, you call yourself so smart and you being a stupid motherfucker right now. I promise you, because I'm saying it. God knows how many times that I do. You're not a hater. I don't think you're a hater. But
so what you're saying is you don't understand my analysis and you're just boiling it down to me being a hater.
Go fucking be happy somewhere. Go. When I see myself big,
kill him with kindness. Kill him with kindness. Marcus said. Triumphantly.
No, I'm not saying to kill him with kindness. I'm saying that it makes sense why people are gonna read your shit and look at it in a misguided manner. They're gonna hear what you're saying and it's gonna be taken completely wrong. When I think your message is 100% factual. I don't think you're being a hater. I think your shit is actually factual.
Right. That's why I'm so good at this. And I'm not like obviously not that good. Obviously not that good. I get it. But like I think my analysis is.
Did you take your black pill for the day? You sound like you took the white pill, or so. You sound like you took a
You're
Tylenol
crashing out. You are literally crashing out because you called me a hater and I pushed back on it.
What'd you push back on, Paulington? You ain't pushed back on shit.
I'm not a hater.
Nobody's calling you a fucking hater. And
you did.
If I actually sat there and called you a hater, that's crazy. I think that the way that you may come across might have somebody in the comments be like, yo, he's hating. He don't like Derek. That's why. I know if Derek looked 100% if Derek looked how the judges are making him out to have looked, especially on night 2, I think that you wouldn't be saying this. So it's not hate.
What is that point? You're telling me if Derek looked better night 2, you wouldn't be hating. Well, yeah, that's true because he didn't look better night 2. That's why I am hating.
But he looked good night 1.
No, he didn't.
He looked good enough night 1. Yes, he did. That's your opinion.
It was a goofy mess. Look, I'm not mad at you. Even though you called me a hater, I'm not mad at you.
I'm not mad at you either. I'm not mad at you at all for sitting here and arguing this point.
Well, no, look. I'm supposed to care about how people are treating me, and right now you're making me feel a little uncomfortable, Marcus.
You know what? If that's the case, then I actually truly from the bottom of my spirit apologize.
You are so gay.
My intent, I'm gay as hell right now. Pause. If you think that's gay, then that's super gay of me to apologize. If I truly hurt your feelings,
hey,
I apologize.
No, look, I'll take it on the chin. I'm a hater. I know that was Marcus's main point.
I don't think you're a hater. I don't think you're a hater.
I get it. You don't have to beat around the
bush. I don't think you're a hater.
I get it.
I don't think you're a hater.
I'm a hater.
I really don't think you're a hater. I think you have a lot of passion and you know how to analyze. You're a good little analytical motherfucker. So I get it.
Good at analyzing.
Yeah, you're good at pause again. Backing up on them and all that type of stuff. All these little verbiage you keep saying. But I think that if I hurt your feelings,
Marcus, I don't care. Look, because I know I'm a hater. We can agree to disagree.
Yeah, then we will agree to disagree. We will. No, I mean that because I do not think you're a hater. I think that simply the situation is the stars aligned to make you look like a big ass hater, because you said it yourself. It's why you did your predictions. It's why you did your predictions that way, knowing all this Triple Crown talk, all this is what's gonna happen. I know it.
I was right. Fuck shit. I don't understand what your point is if I'm right time and time again.
But I really do hope I wasn't calling you a hater. I think what you say might come across as hate, but that's fine. And that I know that's how you want to come across.
I'm not calling you a hater. Just everything you say sounds like you're a hater.
No, yo, maybe I'm wrong.
Right, you are.
And if I was, admit it. I apologize. Yeah, I'll admit my wrong. If I made it sound like I thought you were a hater, then yeah, my bad.
Right. Well, at least we got that admission out of you. I'd say we continue the video.
Of his career. Again, his taper is amazing. His overall flow to his physique is very, very good. You could say for Terrence from the front, he can still use just a little bit more size to his arms. I would say that's what he would need for his front double pose. From the side and the side chest, I think Terrence has improved that pose a lot. I just think he doesn't have that same width across the top from shoulder to shoulder that Mike and Ramon had at this show. Conditioning, obviously, Terrence was basically in the same exact condition as them. All these guys were very, very conditioned and peaked very, very well. When it comes to the back double bicep, I think this is still the pose that can still come up more on Terrence. He can still...
How do you feel about that?
I mean, going off everything we just said, yeah, that sounds a little crazy.
Use more of that depth and thickness to his back, and his arms in this pose could definitely use a little bit more size. I think arms and shoulders in this pose. So all from the back, I think he can improve. I think Terrence, lower body wise throughout the legs and the glutes, definitely improved, especially from earlier this year. I still think they could obviously come up just a touch more.
Okay.
Look, see, he redeemed himself and he went back down.
You can't call me a hater when this is the analysis we're getting. Terrence's legs from all angles need to come up. What are we talking about? That doesn't even make any sense. Defend that one, hater.
I literally said what I said. I said that he started to redeem himself a little bit because he actually said some shit that actually made sense as far as the shoulders and the arms, and then he went right back down. So I already said my point.
Thought that point was mid at best.
But again, overall, the pose is very balanced and is still a very good pose. I'm just saying what I think can improve, especially next to the two guys that placed ahead of him. Abdominal and thigh. Terrence always has an amazing abdominal and thigh. Really nothing much needs to be changed there. And for Terrence, his favorite classic pose is also very, very good. Really for him, just a little bit more arm size to that pose. But he was right in there with them with those two guys, and that's why we did a 3-man call out. So nothing is
That's why we did a 3-man call out and then didn't talk about him at all.
And that sucks. That really bites, because one thing I'd like to see with these is, hey, at least tell us what poses you thought Terrence may have stole from these guys. If these are the clear top 2, he's a third. He had to steal a pose or 2. So tell me which ones, or at least from one of them, kind of thing.
So
because he did the same thing with Andrew.
Do you think when pause, preemptive pause, but do you think when Tyler's given the shaft to Terrence Ruffin, when he's dodging Terrence Ruffin, do you think the other judges at the table call him a hater?
You know what was funny? You had the nerve to say that. The little comment that whoever that person's name was, whatever me, to where I've said hand in hand, time and time again, that was not calling you a hater.
Marcus,
I was trying to actually, if anything, I was sticking up for you, because I was reading some of the comments. I read about 3 minutes worth of comments, and then there's a couple people were saying dumb shit. I'm just like,
right, they're just stupid. I'm just smarter than them. I don't really care about those low IQ comments.
Well, they should keep commenting, please.
No, yeah, keep commenting, but I don't really care. Anyway,
really nothing for me, but keep
guaranteed with these guys. Who knows what would happen if they competed a week or 2 later against each other. In fourth, we had Jose. I think Jose, again, brought an insanely conditioned package to this show. As you see, when he turns to the back for the back double bicep, his conditioning is just on another level, even from guys that are really, really conditioned. Still for Jose, Jose's waistline is definitely a little bit wider than obviously the 3 guys that place ahead of him and even Niall that place behind him. I think that makes it harder for him to compare against the guys in the front double bicep, in the ab and thigh.
Bro, those front doubles couldn't be more different.
Yo, they really, it's crazy.
Ahead of him and crazy. Even not.
Yeah. I don't know how you defend this and think this is aesthetic, because I know you're a big Josema fan. Like, legitimately, I'm not even trying to make a joke.
Well, I'm a big fan of this physique. Yeah,
I just don't think this front double is in classic terms. It's just not that good. It pains me to look at.
The waist, I get it because of the waist. I'm not going to argue that.
Quad sweep, the quads have a funky shape to them.
Yeah, they look a little limp,
kind of like your quads.
Yeah, 100%. They way better than my quads. Way better. Move on
that
to
place behind him. I think
that
makes it harder for him to compare against the guys in the front double bicep, in the ab and thigh, even favorite classic pose. Jose can obviously use a little bit more size to the arms. Specifically, I think he needs more
crazy lats on Niall.
Yeah, I mean, both look really good, but
look at the disparity in the legs, though. I mean, like, obviously Jose was more conditioned, but just the overall size, fullness, and sweep is crazy. Marcus, really, it's okay. I'm not upset. Even though you do want to call me a hater, I'm not upset.
No, dude. Look, you put it this way. I bet that Tyler, quote, and I'm not saying this, Tyler's probably going to come across like he's hating on Jose. And
he placed 4th or 5th.
He placed 4th. Now placed 5th.
Oh, my bad. I think I said the opposite earlier.
You did.
I don't care about these people.
This was interesting. Yeah, I mean, honestly, but
I'm glad they got a top 2 call out. There should be more of this.
Yeah.
Bicep development that will help balance out his arms. I still think he can use a little bit more thickness to his chest. You can see that in the side chest pose. His outer arms and shoulders.
I mean, this is just shape versus conditioning.
How are you going to say Josema needs more thickness to the chest? This literally beats just about everyone now.
Well, when you compare, look at Niall's chest has a lot of fullness to it, but that's the shape. He has a great shape for his chest.
He's
round.
Also propping the pecs up. He's not doing what Jose was doing.
Yeah, Jose was kind of bringing it down a little bit.
Right. Bringing it down to earth. Like I had to do to you earlier.
Don't have that same roundness and fullness too in the side chest pose that the guys ahead of him had. Back double bicep Crazy pose for him. Abdominal thigh. Again, you see the waistline a little bit. You can also see he needs more of that sweep to the legs. And those would basically be my main critiques for Jose. Again, an immensely impressive showing. 4th place in this lineup in crazy conditions. So I thought he did a great job. In 5th, we had Niall. Niall also brought a very, very good physique to the stage. It's possible he might have the best natural structure out of any of these guys in the top 5. His waist is so small. Really, for Niall, you can see he needs, in the side chest pose, he needs a little bit more of that roundness and thickness and fullness to the arms and to the shoulders. He could still use it in the side chest pose just to touch more to the chest as well. Then you see in the back double bicep, he's definitely improved this, especially from last year. Lower body wise, he looked great, but still he needs more of that thickness and width and that 3D look to his back. You could really see that in the back double, especially standing next to Jose when it was one-on-one, who has the best back double bicep in Classic. So if he can improve.
I think Josema's back is overdeveloped for the division. Look at those little arms. Looks like a cockroach. Look at that thick waistline. No taper in this bag.
Yeah, I mean,
it's win. And in terms of open, it's whooping everybody's ass in Classic. And Niall's way too far behind in terms of development to beat him here. But if you just put up a good, like, I think this is going to sound so bad. I think Ruffin for terms of Classic is better than this. I know that sounds crazy. Sounds crazy, but I think you can understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I mean, as far as overall shape, I mean, the thing is, when I look at this, just looking at bodybuilding, I don't care if it's Classic or men's open, just simply bodybuilding, dudes on stage who are in shape, pause. This is a very, very incredible back double for Jose. The issue is with this is only going to go so far in this division to where you look at Niall over here, where he has a lot of room for improvement. But the issue is he has the freaking physique that any type of improvements, any type, is going to put him over most other people, because it's just, I mean, he really does have probably the best shape in the whole Classic physique. I think his shape is very
Classic.
I mean, it's beyond Classic, man.
It's
truly, it is. I'm not trying to say whatever.
It's like vintage.
Terrence has you don't see, he's a unique, this is a gift. I think that one day we'll probably be calling him, but now you disagree? How has it?
No, it's great.
Hey,
I just didn't know you guys were dating.
No, come on. If anything, I thought I was gonna be in the Jose side.
And fill in that back while still bringing up the chest and the arms and the shoulders just a touch more. This guy could be the danger to every single guy in front of him, because he has a very, very pleasing and balanced physique. And again, he brought very good conditioning as well. So amazing Classic top 5.
This is the most Classic physique version of apples to oranges, by the way. They are polar.
I want to talk about. Okay, overall, I may have put Niall ahead of Josema. I get why he didn't, because at some point bodybuilding, condition, things of that nature do matter more, especially when Niall is kind of on the thinner side. He's kind of really just coasting on a shape right now. But I mean, I'm fine either way. I think Tyler's analysis for this one, I think he understands this division a lot better than the other. A lot better than open.
Yeah, I mean, the issue with this is you give it a year or two, and Niles, there won't even be an argument, sadly. And it sucks because somebody with that amount of conditioning and muscle, and Jose is it's going to be just ran over, sadly. And Jose is one of my favorite Classic physique competitors of today.
I want to say something because I didn't say this earlier because I was getting attacked. I want to say that Ramon. Okay. I have no problem with Ramon or Terrence winning, but if Terrence is not going to win, then Mike beats him, because I am not okay with Mike being first, because I think he leans too much into bodybuilding. Ramon and it's like Mike just stretched out in a pause, but in a good way. You know, like it's a more flowing physique, but still very developed. One of the most developed guys in the division. So it's like the best of both worlds. It's like Mike with better shape. So I think if someone is going to take the helm of the classic physique division, it's going to be Terrence or Ramon. But since Terrence, I wouldn't have given it to him, I would have put Ramon first. Then I think it is okay to reward bodybuilding over some things. And I am okay with Mike beating Terrence in a third to second context, but not a second to first context. Does that make sense?
Yes, and I mean I don't.
It's contradictory, but that's my reasoning. That's my reasoning. It's arbitrary, but that's my reasoning.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get it, but I don't get it. But I get it.
Right. Okay. Well, I want to talk about. We got to talk about this guy because, I mean, he just wasn't talked about by anybody.
Well, Logan, Breon, both of them weren't really discussed.
Breon in 14th, that's just disrespectful, and that doesn't even make any sense, quite frankly. Do you think he should have been that low?
No. Especially considering he hasn't been as low as, what, 5th in the last...
Do you think him saying this is actually going to be his last year and constantly saying that hurt him? It opens up a spot for a newcomer to be.
I would hope not.
But it is interesting, though, isn't it? His last year, and he's 14th. That seems a little fishy. Call me crazy. I think this beats Niall.
I mean, I wish I would do. And there's probably no footage of any of them by each other, but considering he was 14th. Unless for the comparisons rounds, they were no, he was number 4.
Niall will definitely beat him through the legs, but I think Breon is overall much more seasoned.
Yeah,
literally.
He has that what Urs brought to the what he has brought to the open stage. Breon still brings that to the classic.
Urs sucks, bro.
Urs does not suck.
Okay, but we can talk about Logan. What happened to him?
What do you think happened with him? What do you think? Like, what was it?
Looking right now, he needs way more oil. And look how much oil Breon had on. I mean, he was dripping. But Logan needs some of that oil. Maybe they can, like, hug each other backstage. But I just don't think this is what the judges want. Simple as that. And then the rest of it, I mean, that still puts him within the top 5. But then the fact that he did
perfectly.
He didn't hit that peak, 100%. I think that puts him even lower. I think. Yeah. I mean, he was it 12th? I think that's a little much. A guy that we predicted to be pretty high but didn't do that well, Matthew Grego.
Yeah.
He got the same place as last year, right? 10th? Yeah, I think he was 10th last year as well. I think. I don't know. I'm not looking it up. Proud 100%, but also a little disappointed in myself. Marcus, give him one of those mental health talks.
Man, I will say this. It's so ironic that you said that. In New York, I had a probably 25-minute conversation with Matt.
You guys would.
It was a great talk. It made me actually like him a lot more. It was a good talk. You would have hated it. You would have sat there doing all that shit.
We're doing what?
I ain't doing that shit again. I'm like crazy.
I wasn't looking. The first time.
The little thing you always be doing, pause.
So, Matt, how do you stay motivated and how do you stay strong and not cry in front of your girl?
Well, no, I had no idea that he was like a mental health advocate kind of person. I didn't follow him. I swear to God, I didn't follow him prior. I had no idea.
A mental health advocate.
Whatever the fuck you want to call it. All right. I know that shit Paul's really coming out. I ain't gonna hold you. 100% I get it. That's just I would laugh at that too. I ain't gonna hold you. That shit sounds funny. Saying that sounds funny.
You're telling me this lesbian is in charge of your mental health?
Oh, come on. That's no. What I'm trying to say is, there was a dude to the right of me, and he was a dope dude, and he had told me, "Oh yeah, he da da da." I ain't know that he was so like that was like his fucking shtick or whatever. I didn't know.
He had. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to. I won't say it. Never mind. I better not. I have no problem talking about it's something that YouTube. I'm not saying it.
Oh, okay,
Not yeah.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, okay.
But I think you can get what I'm hinting at.
Yeah, and I think he kind of and I think he like that. Is that something he's opened up about on other platforms?
I want to say he has.
Okay, yeah, because then
but I don't know if he actually bit the bullet. okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. But anyway, I'm glad you two had a little powwow outside of Pittsburgh after Derek was mean to you.
New York,
yeah.
New York.
You were down on your luck. Derek threw you to the curb, even though you were sucking him off today. I'll protect you from the haters, Derek.
Oh my goodness, I'm trying to protect you. I'm trying to protect you.
It's kind of
romantic.
romantic.
Flying fuck about Derek.
Romantic. I didn't know you wanted to protect me so much.
Yeah. I fuck with you. I'm starting to take a liking to you, man.
You're such a fruit.
I feel a little, I read the comments. I see people talking shit on Dylan. I'm like, hold on. That's kind of my dude. It's like, watch your fucking mouth.
Okay.
Watch your tone. Even though Dylan don't care about how you say some shit, I care.
I don't care that much. Because half the shit they say is true anyways. I'm just doing my thing. A guy I wanted to talk about. That guy has no chin. Looks like Chin Tang, but he's not. That guy's like 5'2". He has to be.
Yeah, because he looks so impressive. His legs look detachable, like an action figure.
Anyway, I predicted this guy top 10 once, and then he didn't do it, and then I kind of forgot about him, but he's legit one of my favorite physiques. Period. Diego, I don't know if it's Galindo or if you roll the L because is he Brazilian or he may actually be Mexican. Not too sure on that. I'm not trying to be racist with that one. If I was, I would have just told you. But great physique. The thing is, he has these tiny little joints. And he's not like that big at all. So the muscle and he has these short muscle bellies. Very unique look. Good poser as well. Very good poser. Yeah, honestly.
He looks like Isaac Pitbull Cruz a little bit.
He kind of looks like Kimbo Slice.
He looks like a slice of Kimbo.
Oh, yeah, but probably like the palms where it's a bit lighter. Anyway, good physique all around. I think because
very dope physique. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Marcus, that does it for our classic thing. Shit. I know you had like an epic crash out. That's gonna be the title, by the way. Marcus's epic crash out.
I'm for it. Whatever. I don't
Marcus rages.
Yeah, I don't
Derek's haters.
Yo, please do that. Please. Do that, please, 100%. Please do that. I'm all for it. Sip your little juicy juice. I'm all for it. No, you definitely should.
Well, I like that one a lot more than the open one in terms of the actual analysis. But I got like strangely attacked in the middle of this.
I cannot wait to watch this back
and see me rage baiting you the entire time.
Yo, because I feel like I'm so curious to what the hell I come across at. Like if I like come across as someone who's like, do I think Derek does, you know what I mean? Like I'm very curious to how fucking
that comment is becoming more and more true by the minute.
What comment?
Okay, don't act like you don't know. The one that's ingrained in your brain.
Dude.
The one that said you're full of shit?
That I'm full of shit. I don't know what else to say. I mean, that I'm super full of shit. Because my truth is clearly shit.
Your truth.
Yeah, it's my fucking truth.
You and Matt.
I'm everything. I might try to say some shit nicer.
Live your truth, bro. Live your truth.
God, you yeah, he's got one of those necks, man. It's one of those necks.
Can you please speak and live your truth? Shut up.
I want Dylan to live and speak his truth too, man.
There is no such thing as my truth.
Yes, Dylan's truth is once in a couple years, however which way the world goes,
I won't be alive
when there's live commentators, for Dylan's favorite pastime. What is it? The Twinks versus
Twinks versus dolls.
There we go. Then you'll know when Dylan's living his truth. When he's just he's sitting there, mic in hand, real close to his mouth too. Ironic, he's mic in hand like this, just commentating the hell out of some whatever.
Twinks versus dolls.
And the videos he shows me on After Hours.
Well, anyway, Marcus, do you have anything else to say?
Fucking no.
Besides, I'm glad you mentioned that you were wrong, but an apology would have been nice.
I did apologize, and I don't even think I'm wrong. I apologize for the sake of you and your feelings, because I care about how you feel.
I get it. You're like, it's so ironic. You and Matt Grego are kissing backstage. Oh, live your truth. We're mental health advocates, and you say, no, it matters how people talk to me. And then you're like, fuck you, hater. Derek is the best bodybuilder that ever lived.
Oh, God.
No, honestly, this was textbook rage bait. Anyone, that's the crazy thing. I'll say, we'll talk a little bit more about this after I end this, but anyone that's interested in getting started in rage bait, this is a master class on how to rage bait. So, a Baltimore brother. But look at him. He's still fuming. He's still fuming over there.
It's going to be me in general. Like, if I don't like being, what's the rage bait of it? Please tell me.
It didn't bother me one bit because I agreed with you. I know I'm a hater. I don't care.
But I really don't think you're a hater.
It did. But look, I don't
think you're a hater. I swear to God.
Seeing you crash out and just repeating yourself over and over again was way too funny to quit. That's why I kept bringing it up. But anyway, that was a jolly good show. Anything else you want to add?
Go follow me at Mr. N.0LYMPIA, where I do not post.
Right, you should post more.
Yeah, I need to. But I will like your stuff and all that. I'll be real nice to you and everything. I'll be like, hey, what's going on, man?
Yeah, in public. Behind the scenes is a different story. But anyway, guys, make sure you hit the like button on this video, subscribe for more, and Marcus and I will see you in the next episode of the Project Bodybuilding Podcast.
And if you are at all feeling any type of sadness or anything like that, please make sure to call 1-800 1-800 Project Bodybuilding. He'll talk you off the ledge.
Anyway, we'll see you on the next video. Marcus, I'm going to leave this running. I have something to show you, and it needs to be on video.
Oh my goodness.
This is a little bonus content. I have to react to this. What? Derek presented the least amount of flaws by primetime muscle. Let's give this clip a listen.
Lunsford. At prejudging, a lot of us were clear. Derek Lunsford is the best at prejudging because he was the one that presented the least amount of flaws. I thought Hadi at prejudging, especially on the hamstrings and in some poses, looked a bit undersized. And Derek was the guy that kind of got a little bit bigger. But at the finals,
look at this fat, disgusting. No wonder he likes that doughboy Derek. Look at his stupid. I hate Derek. I hate him.
Hadi was popping. And Derek started to show a little bit, maybe not as, but you got to give credit to Derek. I was looking at the finals. And when Derek, threw a side chest and a side triceps, I was like, man, I can see Hadi's conditioning. But I'm looking, my eyes are drawn for the fact that Derek also has added size. But you got to.
He said also has added size, which wasn't that wasn't correctly said at all, because he was pretty much saying that Hadi's showing conditioning, not size.
Holy shit. Oh my god.
Yeah, but this is what I mean by people. Like it's like as if they're trying to get like to
Right.
me this is click. It's there.
It has to be rage bait.
Yeah, it seems clickbaity in the sense of like that's what.
Maybe that's the business decision.
No,
Getting
I'm
the fans riled up, but I mean, you can't risk your fans boycotting your event. But I mean, bro, that's bad. You're telling me at finals, his jaw was on the floor. He was glazing Derek for the side chest and side tricep when he was a soupy, goopy, murky mess. You've got to be shitting me. You can't believe that. I may be a hater, but that's just straight up glazing. That's insane. Anyway.